Hello again, fellow obscure and niche media enjoyers. I'm back to chillin' our barely known about game again. If I sound a little bit different in this video, I'm using a Razer Kraken V3X compared to my old Xperia, so that's why I sound a little stormtroopery. I mean, it fits with the mask I'm wearing, but anyway, let's just get into the video. I don't expect this video to be very long or detailed because this game doesn't really have that big of a story to it, and I also beta tested it, so I might be a little bit biased. But anyways, you remember my Frebbventure review video where I basically showed a game maker platformer game made by a vaguely southern game dev called Almy the Alien?
That Nintendo tax,
Well, he made another more simpler game.
What are you doing?
With a bird's eye view perspective, randomly generated levels, and a creature building gimmick. Like, what would happen if you mixed the creature customization mechanics with Spore with a little bit of Hotline Miami gameplay? But instead of playing as a war vet in a chicken mask, killing a bunch of Russian mobsters whatever he get his hands on, you're playing as this little ploppy creature, ankle-biting a bunch of dinosaurs. This is Irma, early Mammal, so let me give you a quick summary of what this game is all about.
During the era when dinosaurs walked the earth, a race of aliens went back in time and intended to wipe out the first mammals that in the present they can become stronger. So it's up to you, this little squiggly fox raccoon thing. I don't know, but you two are the only things left stopping them from rewriting history.
And that's really all the story you get until the end of the game. Yeah, Irma really isn't all that deep when it comes to lore, so let's just hop into the gameplay, shall we? The game has 4 worlds with a buttload of objective-based levels to them. So much, in fact, I'm not even going to bother counting them all. I mean, look at all this. But to list some of these objectives, they include destroying a couple of enemy nests, eating a number of golden lizards, collecting twigs, or just eating meat from downed foes.
Moist and delicious.
And doing all that while avoiding total extinction or starvation. Yeah, early game is not going to be kind to you if you think about rushing into combat all willy-nilly. Well, all you really start out with is a bite on mouse 1, a claw swipe on mouse 2, and a tail swing on the scroll wheel button. So, how are you going to do more damage? Well, that's where the Spore part of this video's title comes into play. Complete a level, you get some bones. They can be used to unlock upgrades for Irma, like an anteater's tongue that pulls small enemies towards you, wing arms that let you glide long distances, razor-sharp claws that cause bleeding damage, shelled or spiny bodies that give you extra defenses, 3 kinds of organs that have a pros and cons system for each and every one of them, a ton of glands that you unlock from completing golden egg levels that are basically ranged weapons, and even little magical relics that you can find that will give you power boost. Yada yada yada, etc etc, portada. There's a lot of ways to mix, match, and play in Irma, but the combos are endless. Now, some of these upgrades will make you a speed demon or a damage sponge of a tank that can shred armies of dinos without breaking a sweat. But some of these upgrades are also situational as hell, and you'll need to switch them to make a level more easier to complete at times. Like flippers. Flippy flappy flippers.
Fucking floppy fish!
It's encouraged that you change up your builds once in a while when you encounter a roadblock, cause it won't just be dinosaurs and giant bugs that you'll be going against. There's a day-night cycle that affects your radar, and a very detailed weather system too. Sometimes you'll be in a rain or thunderstorm and need to avoid getting struck by lightning, and the rain will also make tiles slippery too. Or you'll be dealing with various windstorms and struggle to control yourself as powerful gusts of wind push you around. Everything is out to get you in this game, so spend your bones wisely. That, or you can grind out the first world of the game to unlock all the parts that aren't organs, because it's not really that hard.
Shish.
You know, I'm surprised there's no completionist achievement for getting all the parts of the game. You'd think there'd be, but there isn't. And talking about achievements, this game has a lot of bosses too, and they're all unique. Ranging from a Triceratops T-Rex hybrid, a floating Nullis thingy, and a big fuck-off flying snake. There are 3 bosses for every world, but I'm not going to show them all so I don't spoil the game entirely, giving you a reason to actually go and check out this game. Okay, so I realized I'm running out of things to say about Irma, so for the last bits of this video, I'll be covering the final level of the game. So, spoilers ahead to anybody that wants to see the final bits of this game. So after defeating all 3 bosses of all the 3 main worlds, we elect the final world, that being the inside of the main big bad's pyramid spaceship thingy, the Solar Ziggurat. Or is it the Solar Ziggurat? I don't know, I don't speak alien bird. Anyways, all the levels here will test your builds and skills you've gotten throughout the game. Like gauntlets of enemies, surviving until a set time, a racing level, and topping that all off with a rematch with the first boss of the game. But there's 2 of them now, and they both are a little bit stronger than before. And after completing all the gauntlets, you unlock the final boss of the game.
Gixor, the Mad Poultry Pontiff.
Yeah, I didn't mention earlier that the bird aliens that came back in time to screw with the timeline, they're chickens. Space chickens. Chicken invaders.
Chickens.
Sorry about that, but I would recommend using a fire needle gland for this fight, because Gixor over here will not stay still and just float all over the place during his fight. Top it off with having a smaller hitbox, throwing tons of AoE attacks that you have to jump over to avoid, having laser attacks that you need to run from because you cannot dodge them. Oh, and halfway into the fight, he'll pull up a shield so you can't damage him again, so you gotta focus on these little droid ball things, and then you can finish him off. Oh, before you think it's over? He's got a second phase, where you need to avoid an onslaught he'll give out until he burns out like a KFC-branded sparkler. And after all that chicken shit he had to deal with his boss fight, Gixor clucks out and gives you a yaff-ass speech about an unseen threat greater than him. I'm not going to spoil that for you. You're going to have to play the game for yourself to find out what that is. But I'll give you a smaller spoiler. This game is basically a prequel to the Frebbventure series by 64 million years. Also, Irma's immortal and evolves into a MILF.
Extra thick!
Now it's time for me to get to the problems I have with this game, and I got quite a few here. Well, despite all the variation in how you can customize your playstyle of Irma, most of the basic levels are really repetitive. Sure, all the levels that you go through are randomly generated, but in the end, you're still running around eating lizards that are faster than you, picking up sticks and twigs that are just lying around, or walking up to a couple of dinosaur nests and cracking some eggs. Or just gobbling a bunch of meat. That's like 4 things to really do, and the only variations to it are some weather or a buff to the enemies. Maybe having more than 4 objectives could have helped, or some random encounter system, like maybe a gauntlet of those chicken aliens you might find randomly throughout levels spawns, and then you have to fight a wave of them, you get some cool, super overpowered relic. Also, sometimes the game will bug out and ruin some encounters. Like, one I can repeat for this video is the Anteater tongue glitch. Like, sometimes it will get stuck on something and you cannot pull it towards you, and you'll be stuck like that until you bite the target. While it's comical, it's a pain in the ass to get unstuck, or in a rare case, it broke a boss for me.
Whoa, whoops!
And the most notable error is that the status bar and glands you have will overlap a relic's description. Oh me, the game's released on Steam and you haven't fixed this yet? Just move the description to the bottom of the screen, it's not that hard! This is probably going to be an irrelevant criticism after I release this video. And that's all I really gotta say about ErmA Early Mammal. While this was a short and kind of repetitive game for some parts, I still had a lot of fun with it. Even going back for this video, I had fun figuring out what builds could help me damage a boss the fastest. I recommend picking it up and completing it at least once. It's $7.99 USD on Steam. It's cheaper than Frebb, so buy both. Buy both. You will buy both games. Do not buy Pizza Tower. Buy Frebb and ErmA. Now! 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 Anyways, if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. If you hate this video, leave a dislike. I'm an SF1232 and just get Frebb already!
Next time on Silver.
Hey, did anyone hype for that indie slop rant video I promised? It's gonna take some time for me to finish that, because I'm gonna need to do a lot of research into multiple projects. I'm gonna have to watch a lot of overglazed slop that'll probably make me go mental. I'm even thinking of adding an ultra kill video I wanted to do to save me some time. So in the meantime, to keep this channel from fucking dying, I'll be making smaller videos to keep it alive. Some plans I have floating around in my head is talking about the AI art schism that everybody's flipping out about on Zitter, and the failed comic project I had until a certain fatty framed me. Also a random YouTube poop here and maybe a shitpost or two, but anyway, have a nice day.
You almost had me thinking roses.
Sexy blue dip. Wow! When I think of asses, something comes out of me. Extra thick dip.
Roses were.
It is so tiny. No one makes fun of me. No one.
Oh shit.
I win! I win! I win! I win! I must go and double my salary!
Die.
A purple dip!
Where's your motivation?
It's right there.
No!